All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. Hope all is well. I'm get into a little bit of the fall camp in a second. Coach Prime addressed some of what was being said in the media. So what happened was, Athlon Sports reported quote unquote fights in the locker room, guns, money, and stuff like that. Right. So Athlon Sports put it out there first. Now the mainstream media is picking it up as well. You got the New York Post talking about it and different other outlets. Now, I had said before, when one article comes out, there's going to be more to follow. So that's what's going on right now. So everybody is pretty much reporting on this now. The story doesn't really seem right, because if this really all was going on, this would have been came out in the media. This would have been leaked. This would have been leaked from internally, actually. But they're saying that former football players that's no longer on the team are talking, but they're not saying which football players that is saying this. And also, Kermani McLean's name was brought up, saying that he was bullied, allegedly by Shiloh Sanders. So he has not come out and said anything. Shiloh came out and said it's fake news. Well, he came in the chat last night and said it's fake news. It's crazy. Even Coach Prime addressed it to the team. He said, "Do y'all believe this is happening?" No, I do believe it's happening. They trying their best. If they can't find anything, what they're doing is they're making it up and just putting it out there to see what sticks. But now I do suspect, though, there are some former players that might be talking. This is not just coming from anywhere. The New York Post is reporting this now. Now, remember I said there's three sides to every story. There's three sides to every story, right? You have the person who leaked this. The people that names were involved, they got to tell their side of the story, and there's the truth. I do suspect that there are some former players. I never forget one of the players. He's in charge of being like the spokesman. I remember one story came out, and he said, "No, it's coming from somewhere." And it's coming, he think he knows who it is. It's coming from a former football player. I honestly think this story is coming from a former football player that played with the team. And they have a vendetta out against this team. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Now, what do I mean by get worse? It's just not really get worse. It's just going to be more stories to come out. Especially as the season starts. And why would they do that? The reason why they would do that is because they're not on the team anymore and they're sore about it. But I never forget what Dempsey said. He go by the governor. When he came out with his video, he said that, no, this is coming from somewhere. He said this wasn't made up. It's coming from a former player, and he said he think he know who it is. I suspect this story is coming from the same source again. And yeah, that's what I suspect. And this person has a vendetta out against the team. That's how I feel looking on the outside in. This story is coming from somewhere. This is not the media just like bringing this out of thin blue sky. Somebody has a vendetta, and sometime when people leave on a bad note, they start lying. I mean, that's human nature. It happens. How many times you had people lie on you when you didn't do anything wrong? It could be the situation here. And so the New York Post, let's see what the New York Post is. And they're pretty much saying the same thing. It says fights, guns, and money. Deion Sanders' Colorado program like a real life Grand Theft Auto. That's coming from somebody. for somebody to say something weak, that's a weak comment, and it's coming from somebody. It's coming from somebody that's in a low vibrational place right now. That's sore that they're not on the team anymore. And I can tell you right now, I don't think it's coming from Carmani. Definitely not. I have an idea who I think, but I'm not. That's for another video. So they said here, as the clock, this is the New York Post, as the clock winds down to the start of the 2024 college football season, even more attention is getting focused on Deion Sanders' Colorado team, but for the wrong reasons. A recent report from Athlon Sports, see, they're referring to the Athlon Sports article. They delved into a purported program culture that allowed violence to run rampant in the Buffalo's locker room. Now, let me stop there. They keep talking about culture. You remember Coach Prime had got a lot of questions in the past on what's the culture of the team, and he was like, "What is culture?" I felt like they were getting ready for something, but like I said, I could be thinking into this too much. But you know how like he had some questions about culture, like what's the culture like on the team? The culture. Have you heard this before? So it says here, it's like a real life Grand Theft Auto game, a former player said. I honestly think this did come from a former player that said that. It's kind of, but you know, I believe it is coming from a former player, and I believe it's coming from the same player that made up that last crazy story. You remember the story when they said that they were forced to go to the Lil Wayne concert, and we knew that wasn't true. Because when you look at the Lil Wayne concert, there was a lot of players that didn't attend that concert, and they're still on the team. So that's actually false. So this person, whoever it is the same person. This person has a problem with lying. Because there's a lot of things that if you look on the outside in, you know it's a lie. Like that Lil Wayne concert. For example, the governor wasn't there. We call him the governor, Dempsey, Camden Dempsey. He wasn't there. And a whole lot of other players didn't attend that concert. I believe Jimmy Horn said he didn't attend the concert either, but he's still on the team. So how is it that they were forced to go to the concert or else? It didn't make any sense. So that was a lie. You could just tell, just common sense will tell you that that's a lie. Now, when you look at this story here, when it says that it's like a Grand Theft Auto game, that's coming from the same person. Now, if that person will lie on the other story, why would the media go with that same person on this story? I'm telling you, for a credible journalist, you got to have some type of receipts. For example, if I'm a sports journalist and a former player come up to me, you got to have some type of proof for me to report on it. I need to see something. I need to see video that this is going on. Like you said, an alleged fight took place, or Shiloh was slapping Carmani. I need to see that on video. Now, if I see it on video, yeah, I'll report on it. If I was, I'm not sure if I would report on that though. Not sure if I would, actually, to be honest with you. All stories ain't good stories. I don't think I would report on that. I'm just being honest with you. Because if I'm privy to something like the inner workings of the team, that's not for me to put it out. Because then it'll look like, damn, I'm the snitch. I don't think I will put that out. Like general stuff, yeah, I will put out. But as far as something going on that's trouble, hey man, that ain't on me. You know what I'm saying? That ain't on me. That's going to, you know how some people like to get in too much into people's business. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like that. So if I get a story and I got proof on it, yeah, I don't know if I'll break that, man. I don't think so. Mm-mm. I don't think so. Because if it leads to some suspension or something like that, I don't want that to be on my conscience. I don't. So I don't think I would. I don't think I'll report on that. Not at all. However, for these other sports journalists, if somebody is reporting on this stuff, for you to put it out and you don't have any receipts, that means you have an agenda. That's what that means. Now, if you have receipts and you just holding on to them for right now, I understand that. But if you just taking this player's word and you didn't get three sides to the story, then yes, you have an agenda. Because you taught in college in the very basics that you had to have more than one source. Am I right? When you had to do remember when we had to do book reports in school and you had to do term papers in college, you had to have multiple sources, correct? To back up your point. So you need some receipts. If you don't have no receipts and you just taking this player's word, then yeah, there's an agenda here. There's an agenda going on. Definitely. It's either one or the other. It's either you guys are holding on to the receipts or there's an agenda. There's an agenda. And my question is, if there's an agenda, what's the end result? What are you trying to accomplish now? What are you trying to accomplish? Because you could potentially be hurting people here now for this. It's very dangerous, athlon sports, to just take a player's word for unless he have receipts. Do he have receipts? You guys got to produce receipts, man. Because if obviously you guys don't have no, it's an agenda. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go with the latter. I think it's an agenda, and it's kind of at this point it's getting old. But the Grand Theft Auto thing, I couldn't stop laughing at that one because you know why? Watch this. That's undertones of racism. It is. I'm gonna be the one to say it. Now you know what somebody gonna say in the comment section. You know what they're gonna say. What's the cookie cutter answer to that? Oh, you're throwing the race card. There's no such thing as a race card. It's mythological. There's no such thing. I'm just keeping it real. I'm a realist. I'm keeping it real. Grand Theft Auto, fam. Grand Theft Auto. I'm gonna tell you guys something. In any if the organization is only good as the top, right? If the top has good intentions, watch this. If the top has good intentions, meaning Coach Prime, he will flush out all the negativity that's on the team. It happens naturally. The bad apples will fall off. Whoop, whoop. They will fall off the tree. If that tree and the roots are strong in that tree, if the roots are strong in that tree, right? The bad apples are going to fall off. And that's what's happening here. The bad apples are just falling. They're falling. And one of the bad apples is the one that's telling all these lies. That's the bad apple, and he flushed them out. He probably didn't even say get off the team. When somebody has really good intentions that's around you, people that's negative, they can't take it. The darkness can't take the light. Even though you must have darkness for light, that's another thing. But if somebody has really good intentions, right? That's the head of this organization, right? The negativity is going to show its face. Nobody can hide who they are. Nobody. All you have to do is just wait and pay attention. That person could not. Let me tell you what. I know who it is. I think I know who it is. That person could not stand for that person to have all that power and his son the quarterback. That person was hating. That person couldn't stand it. That person couldn't stand that the person had more money than him. That person couldn't stand that he had more women attention, had more money and power. That person couldn't stand it. You could see it written on that person's face even to this day. I could see it in his pictures that he is steaming over this. Sir, move on, please. Move on, young man. Move on. It's time for you to move on. It's time for you to move on. It's time for you to move on. Because I cannot believe these stories. I'm going to tell you why. When you mention that story about the concert, when you said that people were forced to go or else, you lied. The reason why you lied because Jimmy Horn he wasn't at that concert. Dempsey wasn't at that concert. I didn't see Mata there either. I didn't see him there either. And he's still on the team. So, sir, that was a lie. That was a lie. You need to move on with your life. But you could not stand it. You could not stand that man was the quarterback and that's his fault. You couldn't stand it. You had jealousy in your heart and your true colors came out, sir. Your true colors came out. Here's my only advice for you, because I don't have that type of energy in my heart. My advice for you is to move on. You're not on the team anymore. Move on. This story came from somebody. This wasn't made up. This came from somebody. And the powers that be, they have an agenda because they just took his word for it and then get 3 sources of information. So I don't even call them credible journalists at this point. They're not credible. So at this point, Athlon Sports, you're no longer credible. No longer credible. You're no longer credible. No longer. In the New York Post, you guys are quoting Athlon Sports. Like, well, hey, they said it, so we're just going to report on it. That's what you guys are doing. But this was all set up. Like I told you guys, the mainstream media is a very powerful entity. They can make a situation, even if it's false, they could change. They can control. Actually, they can control the narrative. That was back in the day. Now that everybody has their own platforms, they can't control the narrative anymore. They can't. Because all they have to do is make a video like this saying this is crazy. And then also, where are the current players at? And let me tell you something. If this was going on, good people are not going to lie for you. They're not. They're not going to lie for you. If these were stand-up men, they're not going to lie for Coach. I would say, yeah, they did fight. They did. Listen, it's too many moving parts here for everybody to be lying. For everybody to be taken up for him. It's too many moving parts. Because if it was me, if this really was going on, I'm like, dog, I can't lie for you, man. Y'all know this is going on. I can't lie for you. I don't hold people on a pedestal. I can't lie for you. Somebody in that organization would say that. I'm damn sure they would. Because ain't nobody on a pedestal. All of us don't know when our last day is here. Nobody knows. I just had a father figure of mine off himself the other day. He offed himself, man. Offed himself. And that's how we found him. You don't know when your last day is here. So that's why I speak my speech. I don't care what nobody think. We don't know when our last day here, man. That's what we all share in common. So there's nobody on a pedestal. So there's too many moving parts here for somebody not to back that football player up. There's too many moving parts. Kamani would have came out. If it was true, he's a victim. He would have came out. Nobody would have held that against him. But he ain't come out and say nothing. So I don't think it happened. I don't think it happened. But if it did, You think all those players in there, they not going to the NFL? About 90% of those players that's sitting there, they not going to the NFL. They not going to lie for coach. They not. Some of them players there, man, they come from money already. They not going to lie for him. But it didn't happen. I don't think it happened. So, obviously, like I said before, there has to be, it's an agenda here. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. This is just football, man, at the end of the day. It's just football. It's only entertainment. What's the big deal? Okay, it's Coach Prime. He's coaching a team. What's the big deal now? Because you guys are not, I'm sure other programs have problems. Why not report on that? It's just because it's him. Like, what's the big deal? It's not like he's running for office. Is he running for office? Is he planning on running for office? What's going on here, man? Like, what's up with all these stories? So that's my question, right? Why? And I think it's just they see the writing on the wall, I guess, that he's getting ready to take over. Is he getting ready to take over college football? Jesus. Is this a new Alabama in the making? They just don't want it to happen. I don't know. I really don't know. But when I saw New York Post, I said, okay. They always come out the next day. Remember that. It's always, see, what they do is one article come out first, and they'll wait 24 hours, and then they'll all put their article out. Well, that's what Athlon Sports said. No, all of you guys in cahoots. I know what yellow journalism is. Randolph Hearst, he was the father of yellow journalism. Yeah, man. But see, the only difference now is everybody has their own social media, even the players. So they write their own narrative. So there's too many, like I said, there's too many moving parts. If this thing was really operating how they say it was, there's too many moving parts for it to not leak by multiple people. People wouldn't lie. They'd be like, listen, man, I can't lie for you, coach. Can't lie for you, man. Yeah, a fight happened. What team don't fight? It's a way you could say it. Like, what team doesn't fight, man? What team doesn't fight? Skirmishes, not fights, like skirmishes. Like, what team doesn't have skirmishes on the field? Like I said, it's a rough sport. You're trying to really force your will on another man. And temper's gonna flare. You're gonna have skirmishes. It's normal. But but when they said this, he's running it like Grand Theft Auto style, there's some undertones there, if you know what I mean. There's undertones there now. And I get it. I mean, if he gonna go through all this trouble, like, I'm not even gonna say that. Because people are like, oh, why you wanna? He going through too much trouble here, dog. It must be. Is this place jinxed? He didn't go through this when he was at Jackson State. Like, what's the beef? I remember this old commercial back in the day with these old ladies. Used to be called "What's the Beef?" What's the beef, man? You guys never had stories like this for real. When he was at Jackson State. You never had any stories like this. Why now, though? See? I think I figured out as I talk, man. Okay, so let me think about this. Did they have any stories like this when he was at Jackson State? Let me think. Any controversies? Because he had a massive roster overhaul at Jackson State. Never been reported on. They didn't even report on it. Let me think. Only story is His stuff was missing out of his office. That's the only story. Let me think. Is another one? Nope. The story started coming when he took the job. That's when the story started coming. So I get it now. They don't want him. Okay, but I know what people are gonna say. Let's think about this. Max, Colorado had other black coaches. Okay, let me think. Why? Why this? See, let me explain it. I get it. I got it. Okay, let's go through the play. So when he was at Jackson State, he was there 3 years. No stories, except for the story his office got broken into. That's the only story. Really, that's the only major story. So then he announced that he's taking the job. No stories yet. Then he made that speech to the team. His Louis luggage. That's what did it. They didn't like that. How he was talking to the team, they didn't like it. And that's what started it. And then the story started eventually starting, like little by little. And then the story started as the season progressed. Now, you might say, well, Max, there was other black coaches there. There was 2 others. How come they didn't have any stories? Because you got to go along to get along. You can't do it your way. You can't do it your way. If you come ruffle to shake the ship, it's going to be a problem. That's what happened. That's what happened. And he hasn't done anything. He has no scandals or anything. So what happens is, if you're a clean person, you don't have no scandals or anything, they'll start making up stuff. And they will watch the team closely. And all they need is one disgruntled player. That's all they need. Just one. And that's what they got. They got one. It's only one. Only one that I could think of. Now, he's going to say, if he ever come out, no, it's not about that. It's not about that. It's about getting treated fairly. No. No. You didn't like the fact what you saw. Because you felt you were better than him. That's why. That's why, man. And it's the hate. It's a hate. I'm telling you, with this whole money situation, it breeds a lot of hate. That's the only dark side to this NIL situation. Everybody's not going to get paid the same. And you're going to have some haters in the background that ain't liking it. See, in this generation, a lot of people don't want to work for it. They don't want to grind for it. They want it. They want it now. They want it now. They feel entitled and they want it now. Because everybody don't have the same blessing and talents. I would say not blessed, I would say talents. Everybody don't have the same talents. It just so happened that, okay, you have a talent, but his talent might be a little bit greater than yours. And then if everybody feel like they're the man, right? So then you see one person getting all the shine and getting all the money, it's going to be a problem. Yep. And then you always going to have one that's going to try to take the whole ship down because he's not there no more. And that's what you're seeing here. So that's it. It's pretty heavy stuff, but that's what happened. Because I know they sitting there trying to figure out, why is this going on? Because they're gone. They don't like what you have. And you know how people say, well, that ain't my problem. It is your problem, because these people come back and delete you. It can be a problem. You got to keep close. That's why he got bodyguards for a reason. You got haters out here that they like the success, but they don't want you to have it. I'm telling you this in every facet of life. Every facet of life you see this. They don't want you to have it. It's crazy. You always going, but damn. I think I know who it is. It's like, I could see it, man. I could see the energy on him. He He don't like the situation, man. When he mentioned those cars, and he mentioned how the quarterback at the other school was doing for his people, yeah, man, that's the same person that made this shit up. I'm guaranteed. See, I'm street smart. I'm book smart, and I'm street smart, and I got common sense, so I could figure this out easy. I could figure this out where it's coming from. Easy. When you started mentioning the other quarterback, and then you said our quarterback buying cars and all this, and the other quarterback doing for his team, yeah, man. Yeah, man. He's a worst kind. He's a worst kind of hater because he won't just let it go. He's a type, he's not gonna let it go. He wants to bring it down. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I got an old soul. I'm not that old, but I feel like I am. And this was easy work to figure out. Easy work. And when I was listening to Coach Pryor's speech, like, damn, why would they make this? I could tell you why. They don't like what y'all got. I'm just telling you. They just don't. This dude just randomly, he said to me the other day, he just looked at me. He was like, that's a nice car you got. But he said it with like disdain. So I looked at him. I said, it's just a car, yo. It's just a car. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, though, but it's just a car. I could read energy off people. I could tell. You know what I'm saying? Because if he had it his way, he want us all locked up. You know what I'm saying? It's an energy that people give off. Everybody's not like this. It's just an energy that I see on people. And I'm like, damn, damn, you thinking I'm have a Benz or something? What the hell? It's a regular car, man. But when I heard that story, when he came out and said how Fafita, whatever his name is doing for his people, Noah Fafita is doing for his player, his quarterback room, and ours is buying cars. Yeah, it's coming from you, fam. It's coming from you. It's coming from you. I don't care what you think, man. Listen, man, I'm a product of the Reagan administration. I've been around a long time. You know what I'm saying? I've been around since the Reagan administration, yo. I'm not afraid to say it. You're lucky I'm not saying your name. But yeah, that's coming from you, man. Like, that's coming from you. And then, you know, the thing is, go play somewhere else and move on, man. Move on. If this is really happening, then, sir, where the receipts at? You got to come up with the receipts, man. Because at the end of the day, this is getting a little childish, man. Grand Theft Auto, man. Grand Theft Auto. That's undertones. You know what I mean? Ooh, I'm not trying to be like that. See, y'all get a kick out of that when you say that. As soon as somebody say that, that's how I know. Grand Theft Auto. What Grand Theft Auto? What is it about? It's a lot of violence in Grand Theft Auto. A lot of drugs, a lot of shooting, a lot of underworld activity. So it's undertones, sir. I'm not stupid. So I had to take out from my regular programming to break this down on why this is happening. So that's why. And it's not everybody, so everybody don't get offended. If you do get offended, you just like them. You just like them. So stay offended. Because you just like them. That's just what it is. Now, like I said, sir, if this is going on, you gotta produce some type of receipts. But other than that, people They want to get back at people so bad they'll start lying. That's just the way it is. I know they're trying to figure out, like, why is this going on? Dude, this is just normal activity in the streets. Everybody don't like your success. Everybody not happy for you. That's why this is going on. And the media have their, they have an objective here that they want to meet. So for some reason. And that's pretty much what's going on here, man. It got really just laughable when they said the GTA, man. So yeah. They said guns, everything, gambling, drug, like the whole Caleb thing. I just can't. I'm sorry, Caleb. I'm sorry. I just can't read that on Caleb, man. I can't read it on him. He be sitting up there gambling up to 10,000. I don't read that on him. Not that kid. You said I wonder who the reporter was. Yeah, they trying to get him to say hazing. It's really, they can't even haze on that team now. Like, you know, a lot of teams do that. A lot of okay, Portia. Who had the Jordan interview? Name, tell me the channel name. So yeah, man, the only thing this team, you know, me looking on the outside, remember, I'm just giving my opinion, looking on the outside in. The only thing left for them to do is just do their thing. That's pretty much it. I think at this point, they're more professional than letting this get to them. They're a little bit more professional, you know, in how they go about their business. They're not going to let this get to them. Like the players not. They'll just, if anything, they'll just use it as fuel to go out there and kick butt. But they're not going to let this get to them. This is nothing for them. And I think most of the players that's been there last year, they're used to this type of stuff right here. So it's nothing to them. If anything, they just laugh at it. This is like shake their head and laugh at it at this point. I don't know if he addressed it yet. I'm sure he will. He just have to, you know, he got editors and stuff like that. He got to put it together. But I'm sure he will. But I think at this point, they really don't, I don't think they really have to address it no more. They know where it's coming from. Because I remember when the governor addressed the concert situation. He said, no, it's coming from a player. It's coming from a former player. He said he think he know who it is. And then I remember a former player said, well, we got our quarterback over here buying all these cars. And yet Fafita, look what he did for his crew. Yeah, I think we know who it's coming from. Okay, thank you.
How's it been? Here in Colorado, the first camp was enough.
Well, it's been good. It's been, you know, hard work, like literally hard work. Coach Prime don't play, and then me being an incoming freshman and having a big role as I do, I got to come in and, you know, can't be the 19-year-old that I am, you know?
Jordan, so many freshmen that struggle just with that adjustment to college football. Where do you feel like you are in that regard? Do you feel like you're acclimating pretty quickly? Do you feel like you're catching up?
Yeah, everybody struggles. I have bad days in practice, but I'd rather it happen in practice than on the big field. You know, I'm not perfect at what I do, but I'm gonna try to chase perfection. So that's really where I'm at right now.
You feel like you fit in well, like physically and all that though?
Yeah. Oh, strength staff is good. You know, we got the guys from Georgia. You know how they claim Georgia football is the best and stuff, but we play football over here too. So,
Jordan, it seems like there's been quite a few scraps between offensive and defensive line on the field here during practice from what we can see. Can you speak to maybe that competitive nature of the team this year and the edge you guys want to play with?
Passion. I feel like the O-line last year lacked passion, and right now we got a lot of it. We got a lot of dudes. We're just going at it. Same dudes. One dude might have a bad day today. Next day is, oh, I'm getting back at that guy.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The person that told me to look at this, I could feel it.
So I feel like passion is what this offense and defense has the most, and integrity, like within themselves, just self-integrity.
You've transformed your body a lot, going all the way back from the beginning of high school to now. It feels like you've even leveled up a little bit between the time you got here on campus. What does that look like for you, and kind of what has gone into that?
Actually, I'm on a diet right now. I've been eating straight fish for about going on 2 months, like a month and 3 weeks, month and 3 weeks. Chef Solomon upstairs, he makes me a personalized plate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I've been very grateful to him because he's been a big part in transitioning my body.
Let me stop right there. I could tell he either on a diet or something because he looks different. He looks like he's getting leaner, like, and he's like speeding up the pace on it. So he's really getting ready for a long, rugged season. The way he getting his body together. So yeah, he's a serious type of guy, man. He's serious.
And then just going to lift and working. So.
What is the experience compared to based upon what you thought it might be when you were getting recruited, when they were pitching things to you? Has it lived up to the billing?
Better. I actually thought this place was actually going to be really, really bad. This is my opinion. You know, everybody got their own opinion. But I took a risk, and then me coming in and having Coach Prime and everything he told me that he was going to do, he did. Everything that Coach said he was going to do, he did. And not as far as like, it's better than what I thought it would be. You know, like you got the mountains. I've never been out here. I'm from the DC area, Maryland area. So it's like I'm a city boy. Out here we got mountains. You get like a sunny day every single day. I never had that before, so that's good. And it's like I'm back at IMG with the Florida weather here. You know.
So you weren't being sarcastic. You thought it was going to be bad.
No, I'm dead serious.
What up until when?
My first day. My first day here.
Yeah, man. I see why Stephen A. is saying what he's saying now.
I was like, oh yeah, I like it.
What did you think?
They might lose him, man. I see why Stephen A. is saying what he's saying.
When you say bad,
Bad, like nothing really too crazy. Just like, as far as bad, like. Yeah, like you don't know how much money we bringing in here. So like, you know, like you go to, yeah, like as far as bad, like as far as bad, like yeah, like you don't know how much money we bringing in here. So like, you know, like you go to other universities like the Big Tens, SECs, they got $10 billion contracts, all crazy stuff. So it's like, you know, I thought I was taking risks, but then coming in here, it exceeded expectations. We actually have a great facility. We actually spend a lot of money on food, as you can see, which I was talking about, and everything's just exceeded expectation from the littlest things to the biggest things for me. You know?
He's a really smart kid. He's a really smart kid. He understands exactly what they're doing. He's a really smart kid, man. Yeah. And he got common sense, too. He knew exactly what they were doing. He knew exactly what they were doing.
was it that made you commit, even though you felt like it was a big risk?
It wasn't like a bad risk. It was more like taking a chance on myself. You know, not too many people want to go to I call this underdog school. You know, a lot of people want to go to a school that's built, a school like Georgia, the Bama is like where it's like your next guy up. But here it's like you never had no 5-star offensive lineman coming here. You don't have a Travis Hunter coming here every time. You don't have a Shador Sanders at Crew B every time. So it's like a risk in that area. Not really like.
He's not talking too much. He hasn't said anything wrong. He's being honest. He said, I thought I was taking a risk coming here. This is not like Alabama. He was being recruited. Remember, this kid was being recruited by Alabama. He was being recruited by Georgia. He was being recruited by all of the top-notch schools. Why should he have... the reason why he came there is because Coach Prime, man. And Shador and them. That's why he's here. If Coach Prime wasn't here, he would never had Colorado on his radar. He's being honest. And also when he said that these other schools had these big endowments and these contracts, he's correct. He's correct. He didn't know what he was facing when he got up here. He didn't know that the facilities were pretty decent and the food was pretty decent and all that stuff. So he didn't say anything wrong. So yeah, he's not talking too much. This actually is a really good interview here by him. Hey, El Hombre, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I can't because I gotta let you go, man. So we can't because you gotta understand something. I'm a lot older than most vloggers, dude. I'm probably old enough to be your daddy. I don't like all of the spamming. And what do you call it? You're spamming and you're doing whatever you're trying to do. Whatever you're trying to do, man. You can't, because you don't do it on any other channel. You come here and do it. And I have already warned you. I'm too old for that. I'm too old to be playing games with somebody's kids, man. All right, so let me continue. Lord have mercy. It's like he's a robot or something. It's like he's paid. It's like he's almost paid to come in. Ain't nobody waste their time that trolling and ain't getting paid. Either that or there's something wrong with him. One or the other.
It's going to be bad or it's going to be a terrible place to live in. Because if it was terrible, I wouldn't even think about visiting the first time. I was very selective of where I went to school at. So just a risk as far as like there's nobody else to do it. So it's like now it's like you can really be the first and like that, if that makes sense to you guys.
Are the older guys cool with you?
Yes.
Because you know NFL, they carry pads and there's hazing. It just happens every You'll find that out the next level. That's what they do with drug testing. Hazing. You know what hazing is?
Yeah. Hey, man. Stephen A. Smith was right. He got bounced, man. This is an inside thing. They don't like him there, man. They don't. And as all this money he generating in school, they should not be trying to get this kid to talk about hazing. Dude, do you realize if I was a top program right now, I would be salivating right now because I'll go get your coach. His son leaving. Dude, I'll offer your coach $80, $90 million. I'll get him away from y'all. Easy. And it ain't about the money for him, but like, coach, man, I'm at USC, bro, dog. You ain't got to worry about no recruits here, man. And we got $90 million for you. What are you doing here, man? You know what I would say to him if I was a recruiter at USC? Coach, you got a gold jacket, man. You taking too much crap here, man. You see what the reporters are doing, man. They don't want you there, man. Come here where you will be appreciated. Come to Florida State, man, where you'll be appreciated, man. It's an agenda going on, man. There's no way they should be talking to your freshmen like that. Yeah, Kermani's real. See, a lot of people been attacking him. He's actually a real dude. Yeah, he cleared it up, saying that ain't right. Yeah, he said that ain't happen. He said Shiloh didn't do that. I've been trying to tell people that he's real. People been attacking him the whole time, man. He could have easily, if he wanted to get back at the team, say, yeah, it was true. Yeah, you said, yeah, but now the headline is, I know, Reflux, I know. They're going to come up with a storyline based off what he said. But you heard him, right? You know the hazing goes on. Now, he's right. Hazing do go on in the NFL. It does. But it's not what you think. Like, for example, hazing go on even at the football level. You know, carrying people luggage, buying... you know how they make the rookies buy the senior people on the team, you know, food and whatnot. They take them out because, you know, like let's say Shador or whatever, he signed a big a bonus or whatever. So he don't sign a $50 million bonus. You know, take the team out. You know what I'm saying? Take the offensive line out to dinner. He do that now. Actually, he does that now. And he's not even an underclassman. And he does that. But they do that on... That's their form of hazing in the NFL. They don't... Listen, in the NFL, because I know someone that's that worked for the... they used to work for the... friend of mine I grew up with used to work for the Dolphins organization. And he was saying that, yeah, it goes on, but it's not like what you think. You know, the rookies, if they have not just any rookie, if you're a rookie, you sign a big bonus or whatever, it's customary to take your unit out, your senior unit. Like if you're a wide receiver, the senior wide receivers in your room, you'll take them out to dinner. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Or if you're a quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Like what's his name? He'd be taking care of his offensive line. What's the kid from Ohio State name? C.J. Stroud. Like he'll take care of his offensive line. That's their form of hazing, but it's not really hazing. You know, and then also they used to carry each other luggage, stuff like that. They don't really much do that no more because people don't like you touching their Louis luggage. You know, but they used to do that back in the day. So that's their form of hazing. It's not a big deal. I know that I see the smug impressions on their faces. I see it. I see what they're doing. Listen, man, Jordan Seaton, he probably making more than all of them right there. More than all of them. You don't think somebody gonna have a problem with that? Shador standing there, a millionaire already. A millionaire. You don't think somebody gonna have a problem with it? Of course they will. But he hasn't said anything wrong. Seaton has said nothing wrong. Nothing. Let me go back.
It just happens. You'll find that out the next level. That's maybe that's hazing. It just happens. You'll find that out.
You see how he trying to act off? You'll find that out. You'll find that out. Like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna find. Do I look like I'm gonna get hazed? Look how big I am. No. Now, they're like I said, they're hazing coming for me. Like, hey, you take me out to dinner. You know, like, you know, take the offensive line out to dinner and stuff. The senior members, or something like that. Like if he played with the 49ers, hey, you know, I'm taking Trent out or something. You know, something like that. It's like a respect thing.
Yes. In the NFL, they carry pads and there's hazing. It just happens. You'll find that out the next level. That's maybe with
Hazing.
Hazing. You know what hazing is? Rookies got to carry their pads.
Oh, like in the league.
Yeah, in the league. Yeah, that's technically mild, but that's the
initiation.
Yeah, we don't really have that. For me, freshman initiation is just like listening, you know? Like just listening to the guys in front of me. They don't really do the hazing or the fighting. Like, no, we don't do that. This is brotherhood. Brothers fight, but not to the point where it's like we don't like each other, you know?
Right.
All right, thanks, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan.
How's it been?
They were disappointed in this interview because they didn't get what they were supposed to get. They were disappointed. And remember when he repeated the guy, he said hazing. The guy defined it. No, he didn't need a definition. When he repeated himself, he was like, "Why are you saying hazing?" He didn't need a definition for it. He knew the definition. He was like, hazing. He's like, yeah, hazing. He didn't need you to define it. That was a fail. He didn't need you to define what hazing meant. He knew what it meant, but he was trying to figure out why you saying it. That's why he questioned. That's why he repeated it. Yeah, man. If I was a recruiter or athletic director, let's say if USC did need a coach, I'll be on y'all coach right now, dog. I'll be putting together a package that he couldn't refuse. I say, coach, man, they doing you dirty there, man. They don't like you. Come to USC, come to the biggest program, man, where you deserve to be at. Come on, man. We got a huge contract for you, coach. Huge. Coach, you wasting your time there, man. They don't respect you there, man. I will be trying to get him. Yeah, I see why Stephen A. Smith say what he's saying now. He must know something. He must know, but he they play it year by year. He has a contract. He plays it year by year, but you clearly see it in this Seaton interview. They had an agenda. They tried to get something out of him. You clearly see it. Clearly see it. But anyway, he handled himself well. He a freshman too. You said they already said they don't want a black coach. That's real respect isn't coming. What are you talking about? They have black coaches there, Cam. What are you talking about, man? You better go look at their roster. No, the reason why he said that he don't like him there because he deserves to be at a huge program. Like huge. That's why he said that. It's not a diss when Stephen A says that. He's not dissing him. He's trying to say he's trying to say he's better than the program. That's what he's trying to say. Like he deserved to be somewhere great. You said they don't want a black. Nah, that's not true, Cam. Come on, man. Yeah, nah, man. He can pretty much go anywhere in the country. He could get the Alabama job if what's his name don't do well. If that coach at Alabama, if he have an off season, a messed up season, he can easily take that job. No, what I'm just saying is, Cam, I understand why Stephen A. said it. It's not a diss. It's not a diss, man. It's not a diss when I say it. I would like to see him at Florida State. That's not a diss. I think he need to go to Florida State, man. I think he could be the head coach at Florida State. That's not a diss. I'm a Florida State fan. Of course I want to see coach at Florida State. You know what I'm saying? That's not a diss. That means that I think he's better suited at Florida State, man. Even though they don't need a coach. But that's if I had it my way, he'd be at Florida State. I would be more inclined to go see them play at Florida State than Colorado. I want to go to Florida State, man. I'm a Florida State fan, sorry. And then, I used to like USC back in the day. So that's why I say that. I didn't think he was leaving Jackson State, fam, but he left. Never say never. We don't know what that man is going to do year to year. We don't know. We don't know what nobody's going to do. Everybody has a right to change their mind. But what I'm saying is, I would love to see him at Florida State, man. Even though Florida State don't need a coach, but I'm a Florida State fan. I've been a Florida State fan since he played there. So, of course, I want to see him at Florida State. You said he would not have control at these big schools. Yeah, he will have control. The other coaches got control. That wouldn't be a problem. Him to have control. Shit. He's the biggest thing talking. We talk more about Colorado than we do Florida State. So if I'm a Florida State athlete, why wouldn't I want him there? Because then all the attention to be on us. Come on, man. Nah, that ain't true, man. You gotta think about it. You gotta think business. Listen, bring your cameras. Bucky, please be on. Come on, Bucky, on the way. Darius, you too. Uncle Neely, you too. Let's go. Come on to Florida State, guys. Because then everybody and you know Seaton coming with him. Just let y'all know that. He coming with him. So that's what I'm saying. Any team would love to have him with all this attention. Facts. Because they're bringing this. Even though they don't need it because they got huge endowment, but they still get more of that. Nah, USC. When did they say it, Cam? They would not come. When did they say that they didn't want? Well, back in the 1960s, man. Come on, man. Of course they'll take them. You crazy? Listen, Cam. I didn't think he was leaving Jackson State, and then boom. Guys, I'm going to Colorado, even though it made sense because it's the Power 5. And even though players get drafted out the HBCUs, I mean, hell, Donald Driver came from the HBCU. You know Donald Driver? They used to be the wide receiver for Green Bay. He came out of the HBCU. So you do have players to get drafted out of HBCU and do well, right? But they made it hard here recently. So it made sense for Shador and Travis and them to go play in the Power 5. That was a good business move. No, okay, you said the athletic director at USC this year, he didn't want Coach Prime. Right, because Lincoln Riley is not on the hot seat. I'm just saying if he was. But he never said he didn't want a black coach. He didn't say that. Now, if you could find an article where he said that, let me know. He ain't. Yeah, you say he. Well, I didn't know. I didn't hear him say he would go into a Power 5 when he was at JSU. I didn't never hear him say that until he announced. What I'm trying to say is I don't know him like that. I don't know what's in his mind, and you don't either. Nobody does. That's my whole point. But I'm sorry to say it for Colorado fans. I'm really a Florida State fan. I'm not lying to you. I would love to see him in Florida State, but however, he's at Colorado. And everybody know I'm a Florida State fan anyway, so. You said he want his own legacy? Not one that's already established? Well, Colorado already have a legacy. That doesn't make sense. They've had a Heisman Trophy winner there. They won a national title. They've already had legacy there. So when you say, like, that don't make no sense. Like, whatever college you go to already has their own legacy. But when you come, it's under a new coaching realm. Under a new coaching leadership. So now you start your own legacy at that particular time you take the job. But there's always been a legacy before you got there. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter USC, Florida State. I know what you're saying. These schools got rich traditions, but Florida State has been losing some games, man. They lost some games last few years. You know what I'm saying? So, but they rebuilt it back up. Like, for example, the coach at Penn State. You know what I'm saying? The coach at Penn State, that's his legacy now. I mean, think about it. You wouldn't want him to go there because of Paterno? That Paterno era is over with. Now that coach is there, he got his own legacy. So, yeah. So anywhere he goes, I mean, his legacy is already solidified already. He's already a Hall of Famer. His legacy is already set in stone already. He's already been enshrined in football already. So the legacy talk is, he just doing this. This is almost like he having fun in retirement, man. That's what this seemed like. He's already, see, this is a different type of situation, folks. His legacy has already been enshrined already. He's in the Football Hall of Fame. He started coaching because of his sons. That's why he started coaching. Because he didn't feel like the quality was there. So that's why he started coaching, and just so happened he coached them all the way to college. That's what happened. So he's been retired, man. He's been retired from the broadcasting booth. Usually you retire from coaching and then go broadcasting. No, he did it the other way around. He retired from broadcasting and went coaching because of his sons. He really doing this because of his sons, man. Because he said that when they were younger, he said the quality of coaching wasn't there. He could do better. That's why he started coaching them. And like I said, it just so happened he coached them all the way to college. No, his legacy is already there. His legacy cannot be ruined. He's in the Hall of Fame, dog. He just doing this just to have some fun in retirement, man. And he doing it for his sons, man. I'm just telling you what it is. This is a different situation. He don't need coaching. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. He's in the football. He's in the fucking Hall of Fame. He does not need this. But he's here because of his kids. I'm just keeping it real with you. So when he say I'm trying to build my own legacy, what you mean? His legacy is enshrined. See, that's the difference. It's not many coaches right now that's coaching in the NCAA that's in the Hall of Fame. I'm not talking about the NCAA Hall. I'm talking about the NFL Hall of Fame. He's in Canton. So the legacy, his legacy is good, man. His legacy is good. Dude, they will give him the same freedom. Dude, this is Cam. Do you know how connected he is? You don't realize how connected he is, man. Y'all don't realize it. That's how I know, like, some people around him, y'all don't even know who y'all got around you. You don't know how connected he is, man. Anywhere he goes, they will give him his freedom, man. Anywhere. Because he don't need coaching. If he said that he retiring at the end of the year, I'm like, cool, he been retired. You know what I'm saying? He just moonlighting. He double dipping. You know what I'm saying? He's double dipping at this point, man. He been retired. You know what I'm saying? And he don't went to the pinnacle of football that you can go. You can't go no higher than where he went. So he just doing this to have fun, man. I'm just telling you. This is a different type of situation. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm documenting it. Because we're documenting a moment in time where a Hall of Famer is coaching his sons in the NCAA. That's what I'm documenting. I'm doing it. I'm commentating as the years go on now. Hey Cam, how old are you, man? Cam, I need to know how old you are. You saying we don't get it. I just explained it to you. So how old are you? I need to know how old you are, man. Cam, you don't remember him playing. You don't remember. I don't even think you remember him being enshrined in the Hall of Fame. Do you know how connected he is, man? He's respected the world over. He can easily, if he want to, he can easily, man, go get a coaching job in the NFL if he wanted to. I know you worked in the inside, but how old are you? How old are you? Because you can't sit here, I didn't say nothing wrong to you. This is a different type of situation. This ain't no regular coach, man. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know what you call him. He's not. Oh, he's a motivational speaker. He's not a regular coach, man. He started coaching his sons because of the quality when they were younger. No, I need to know how old you are, Cam. I asked you a question. How old are you? Because I want to know how old you are when he was enshrined. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you quite know who you got right here. And I want you to know, I want to know, do you remember when he used to do commentary on the NFL Combine? And every time he give his stamp of approval, that person got drafted. This is not a regular situation. He's not a regular coach. He's not a regular coach. That's why I'm following it. Because there's actually history being written. Oh, yeah. Okay, you 31. Yeah, you should remember. You should. A little bit. But, so what happened is, he was coaching his sons because of the quality. He felt like he can coach them better. Then he started coaching a group of kids, right? That's also playing in college right now. He was coaching a group of kids. And then it progressed. Okay, it progressed. Then he got the Jackson State job. Then Shador went there. And then Shiloh transferred over. And then, okay, we know how the NFL is giving HBCU players a hard time, so it's a good business move to Colorado. So here we are. This is not a regular situation. He's already retired from broadcasting. Usually, you retire from football and then go broadcasting. You retire from coaching, then go broadcast. He actually got experience broadcasting and playing. This is not a normal situation that we're in right here. They are lucky to have him right now. They're lucky. When I tell you any major program would love to have him and let him have his way, I'm telling you that's the case. Hell, he can go to Dallas and coach. What you talking? He go to the Cowboys and be the head coach, man. You don't think he know football? You don't think he know football and he excelled at it at the highest and he don't know football? He does know it. Of course. Of course. You're looking at football savants. You got 3 of them on the team. You got him, you got Sapp, and you got Lewis. You got you got 3 savants on that team. That's unheard of. You see what I'm saying? I know he said he don't want to go to a bigger school, but what I'm saying is if he decided to, he will get his chance if he wanted to. If he wanted to. I don't know if you heard, by the way, the HBCU football games, they're going to be airing on the Fox networks this season. I don't know if y'all know that. So you're going to see a lot more HBCU games this upcoming season on the Fox networks. So that'll give them a lot more airplay. You know how it was back in the day, but now they get a lot more exposure. So that's pretty good. Yeah, and Phil Low Bucket, and Mathis. We forgot Mathis, and even a special team coach played in the NFL. He played with New England. And then we also have the offensive lineman that's there that played in the NFL with Prime. There's so many NFL players around. It's crazy. There's a lot of NFL experience there. But anywhere would love to have him. Anywhere would love to have him. You crazy? They would love to have him. Because he the talk of the town. So if he went to somewhere like Florida State, he would be the talk of the town in Florida State. He'll be the talk of the town. So, I mean, don't think for a second, you know what I'm saying, that he couldn't coach at USC. I don't know who you think that man is. That man is known in football world the world over. Everybody know him. Prime time. Everybody knows him. You said that players are too high on NIL. I mean, he got players there now that's high on NIL, Cam. He got 2 players that's the highest paid on NIL. He knows how to deal with it. His son is the highest. And then you got Travis. He knows about NIL. But he wants players that he don't want. He said he don't want them. That's all they thinking is NIL. He want them thinking NFL. I'm telling you, man, this is not a normal circumstance here that you got. I'm just telling y'all in case anybody must have forgot. Like I'm Roy, in my Roy Jones voice. You must have forgot. Nah, man, this ain't no regular situation. You said FSU players get fake NIL. Oh, that's not true, Cam. I know some players there that's getting some money, man. Everybody don't get the same amount, Cam. It depends on it's a lot of factors. How popular you are. That has something to do with, are you marketable? Can brands get with you? Stuff like that. So it's not equal all the way around. No, I know that he's not on the list, but my point is he can coach there. That's my point. He can coach anywhere he want to coach. He can go coach for the Cowboys. He could be the head coach of the Cowboys if he wanted to. That's not a diss, Cam, when I say that. Do I need to say it in Spanish? I'm not dissing him. So don't keep saying that. Well, he said he's not doing it. Okay, we know that. But I'm just trying to tell you he can coach wherever the hell he want to coach. If he want to go to the NFL, he can coach the NFL. You know what I'm saying? He can coach on the NFL level. I know he said he didn't want to coach yet, but I'm telling you, he can do it if he wanted to. So yeah, he can coach wherever. But Colorado seemed like it was a good fit. But he can go anywhere. Yeah, name, image, likeness. Yeah, it's a lot of factors into that. How marketable you are, your social media presence. It's a lot going to the NIL situation. Now, the back end money is different. That I don't know about. I would say 8, the minimum. And the ceiling is sky's the limit for that team. I heard it's pretty warm up there, Mike. And by the time they finish playing football, then it really gets to its height as far as the weather is concerned. But I heard it's pretty moderate for the most part in Colorado. Yeah, I know Chosen, if that's his calling, he may go to a bigger school. But he might stay where he at though, you know. I'm not saying he's leaving. I'm just saying he's capable of coaching anywhere. Anywhere. And the schools that I named, they're not looking for a head coach, right? They're not. But if they were, oh boy. Let's say if Florida State, if their coach moved on, right? You don't think they would give him a shot? They were like, "Hey, coach, we got something up here for you." Yeah, he can market. Just to be, yeah, he's a marketing genius. He is, and that's the part of it that I think a lot of players. I mean, that's to their advantage. All you gotta do is work hard. It's not hard to play on that team. You just work hard. You just got to work hard on that team. You'll get some playing time. He want maximum effort. But hey, man, in this level, it's hard to win football games. So I just like to sit back and really enjoy the show because, I try to predict their record, but man, it's hard to win. It really is at that level. But I do know one thing: they go into a bowl game. That's what I think. And it's definitely everybody is saying it. I think the common theme that everybody's saying is it just feels different around there. Like the makeup of the team, even the players that were there from last year, they acting different. It's just like a whole different situation there, So, and I'm gonna tell you something. It was something I saw in practice. Somebody had hit one of the offensive linemen, and he hit him back, and then the other one backed him up, and it's just you didn't see that last year. The offensive line ain't taking no they're not taking no nonsense. And you need that for the season. So yeah, man, I really think they're gonna do a lot of good things this year. You said I don't see Shador scrambling practice like last. I know, right? You said you don't see him scrambling all. You say you don't see him scrambling all over the place, right? I seen him run a little bit, but that was like, it seemed like that was a play for him, the bootleg or whatever. But he will get on his skates if he need to. But yeah, man, he back there in the pocket, they getting it together. It's hard to win at that level, though. So I give them all the credit. You said they should be bowl eligible just to be 500. Yeah. They're going to be well over 500, though, I think. You said the biggest market for him, leaving or not, if Juju flips, he comes, he's not leaving for at least 3 years. You said Seaton does look great and been working. Yeah, you could tell, he been working on it. You said Poe Man was running for his life last year. Now, hold up, that's a good thing. Now watch this. Watch when I tell you. As far as his draft status, what that telling me is that he's battle tested, right? And he still threw for over 3,000 yards. Think about it. So I'm like, damn. All we need to have is an offensive line to protect him. No telling what he gonna throw for. So that's actually for me, that showed that he's battle tested. You see what I'm saying? He ain't throw nobody under the bus. So even though you don't want to see nobody get sacked that many times, right? But I saw something there. I said, yo, he gonna quit. Let me see if he quit, right? Let me see if they take him out. No, they didn't. He stayed in there, hurting everything. I had new respect for him. I said, yo, this kid is the man, yo. And look, the reason why I say that, you can't teach that. You can't teach toughness. You see what I'm saying? So that right there, he got his what you call it, stripes. He got his stripes, man. So that's a tough dude, man. He don't act like it because he's so laid back. You know, the way he talk and everything. But he got a switch that he turn on and off. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I saw in Shedeur. I mean, to get hit that many times and still throw for 3,000 yards, I don't know how he did that. It must be a cheat code or something he used. I don't know how he did that. Because I would have been like, Coach, take me out this game, dog. Coach, take me out my back. I mean, his back was hurting. You said these CSU fans think they're going to whoop. Nah, that ain't happening, Cam. You already know that. That ain't happening. They going to go up to CSU, and that's it. They pretty much going to eat their food, man. That's it. You hope they win every game. Oh, you pulling for the brother, of course. Yeah, I think they'll cover that, Damon. If you're looking at to see if they covering the point spread. You said, how do I feel about Kermani? He had practice. They showed a clip of him practicing. You know, when you go to them schools, you got to get cleared. You can't just start practicing. You got to get cleared. You said he's a Sanders going to fight for his life. Yeah, he shut down the fake CU story. You saying, well, at least, well, Kermani he's solid. He's solid, man. He could have easily ran with that story. He could have easily did it. Even though I don't think he would have done it. If it's not true, it's not true. He wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. You know, you got to look at yourself at the mirror at the end of the day. It's just people, Cam, they just miserable. And you know how they say misery loves company. Lord, I know that's the truth. Ponder's pretty good, Cam. Ain't he related to what's his name? Didn't he have a brother in the NFL? I believe. That's what it sounds like. Christian Ponder, right? Yeah, you know them stories gonna keep popping. That's just the way it is. Oh, they aren't related? Okay. I always be trying to, families. You said let's leave Kermani. He doing all right. He at Florida. You think CSU will be a good game? You looking at the points and all that? Yeah, I think they'll pull it. They're gonna beat them. Christian. Damn, it's just right around the corner, folks. That's crazy. Damn, this is literally right around the corner. And then they'll be playing again. So that's why these stories coming out. They just trying to get in the players' head. The players ain't letting this get in their head, though. They're used to it. They're not letting this get to them. If anything, they're laughing at all this. Like it's just goofy, There's some goofy stuff. You said having a crime. I know, man. People crazy, man. You say you just saw this YouTube video posted about Colorado football program having a crime issue. Yeah, they talking Grand Theft Auto, man. They saying they Grand Theft Auto, man. Guns, and gambling, bro. It's hilarious. Yeah, they said GTA 5, man. It's hilarious. It's coming from a player, Braska. He just a little better. Yeah, anonymous player. He better, man. It's a better player, man. That's all. You said all them cameras in the locker room and not one gun. I know. Ain't catch one. Ain't catch one. No, don't say names, Cam. Don't say names. If you can erase what you said, because I don't want nobody coming for me. I alluded to the fact, but I ain't say no name. I just don't want nobody, like, oh man, he, like that. But that's hilarious though, GTA. And Shiloh over there bullying. It's hilarious. He came up in here last night. Shiloh did. He said it's fake news. I said, I know. I know it's fake news. But he came up and he just said fake news last night. But, I really put light on this situation today. Like, I broke it down how I think it's going down. And, it ain't no big, they just keep, they just laugh at it at the end of the day. I mean, straight up Grand Theft Auto, dog. That's undertones, if you know what I mean. Now, are you going to have some gambling and stuff like that? I can believe that. I mean, players, we gamble. We used to do that. But, you know, it's not out of the ordinary for players to gamble. But I just don't believe that angle of the story, like with Caleb, though. I just don't believe it. They got Caleb out to be a gangster, man. You know what they don't talk about? How come they don't talk about any articles about them making the honor roll? Or them making the dean's list? Or, you know, the 4.0 averages? How come they don't do that? How all these players be graduating under his tutelage. He be having, especially look at all the players that graduate at Jackson State. Doesn't that count for anything? But that they don't want to talk about that. It's just they need. You're right. It's not good for clicks. That is true. That is true. You got to get it. It clicks by any means. You know, everybody. No, listen. Don't let nobody fool you. Everybody want clicks. Everybody does. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie for the click now. I'm not gonna lie. There's a YouTube page that I used to follow. He made a whole living off lying. And he turned it into entertainment. Like, people will come listen to him for he giving you the real story on what happened. But it's all a lie. And people like it because he tells a good story. It's crazy, man. Good news is still okay. Yeah, they got multiple players, 4.0 average. Travis Hunter, 4.0. Charlie Offendahl, 4.0. And I'm sure they got more others too. Plenty of graduate students. That count for something. Rock just graduated. You know, Rock graduated. Everything that counts. Because, you know, you can't, if you're not a good student, you ain't gonna be on that team. You know how he is, coach, like, you know, you need to be passing your grade or he ain't gonna let you play. All that stuff counts for something, but they're not gonna report on that. So, you're right, clicks, everything else. Yeah, the governor. Damn, you said 4.2. Damn. And they're not going to talk about the little stuff. I remember he had a team, you know, a huddle session. And he was talking about some of the players and what they wanted to do with their business life. And one of them said he wanted to do something with real estate. He was like, I got you. I got contacts for you. You know, stuff like that they don't report on. And you know, the crazy thing is they don't get no clicks. Because I made a video on it. They don't get clicks. Ain't nobody wanting to hear that positive stuff. They want to hear the fuck shit. I just had to say it like that. That's what they want to hear. It's entertaining. You know what I'm saying? People, they eat to this right here. It's crazy, man. I know, Cam. He sent them off to a retreat, everything else. You said the team high GPA numbers is so awesome. But you know, nobody reports that nowhere, Mike, in no school. They got to have the negativity. A cranberry, Nebraska. It don't have no alcohol in it. It don't have no alcohol in it. You thought I was drinking a vodka and cranberry? That's what you thought. You like, that's a vodka and cranberry right there. No, not tonight. Dude, I need a vodka and cranberry. I ain't gonna lie to you. Boy, if I'm gonna go live on my other channel in a second. Y'all welcome to come over there. Lord, I had a weekend that I'm never gonna forget. That's why I like talking about this. Let me tell you, I'm gonna be perfectly clear with you. I like talking about Colorado because it's a healthy distraction on what's going on in the rest of the world. And I like debating about sports with y'all. You know, whatever it is. Just like we were talking today, oh nah, Max, he ain't going nowhere, blah blah blah. I like talking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, y'all know I'm just, you know, I'm a Florida State fan, but I like Colorado too, you know, because of Prime. If he ain't going nowhere, that's all good. I still, you know, if he's not going nowhere, then that's cool. But I just happen to think he can go anywhere. But he said he's staying here at Colorado, so it's all good. It's all good, man. But I really do like talking about the team, man. They really, it's kind of like they help me out, man. Because it's a lot of stuff, life catches up to you. And at least I could talk about this. It's almost like therapy. Especially after this damn weekend I had, man. Lord. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. I'm gonna have to tell y'all on the other, I'm about to go live in a second. Oh, by the way, did y'all see Shador's podcast? Has anybody checked out his podcast? It's pretty good. His first podcast, y'all know, I'm sure y'all already got a chance to check it out. It's him, Cam McHale. No, damn, I said Cam McHale. I'm getting my name. Cam, y'all know who I'm talking about. Cam, Ward. Cam Ward. Look, Steve, no, I'm struggling. Cam Ward. And, what's the quarterback from, Virginia Tech? Drones, thank you. KD, Cam Ward. And that podcast is pretty good. If y'all get a chance, go check it out. That podcast is pretty good, man. They had the select quarterback coach up there. So that was pretty good. Well did. Darius got a podcast, if y'all know. That's doing pretty good. His one particularly with Khalil Benson and Tyler Brown was pretty good. Y'all get a chance to check that out. And then also he did one, he sat down with Bucky. That was pretty good. He talked about his struggles in the beginning. And, you know, trying to make a way for himself. Get a chance. It's inspirational talk, you know, if you listen to that one. That was pretty good. He pretty much got it out the mud. His dad didn't hand him anything. He had to go get his stuff out the mud. You see what I'm saying? So he appreciated that much more. But his interview was really good. All the interviews has been good, actually. But what else is going on before I get out of here? But really, man, I love talking about this right here. You know what I'm saying? At least I could follow the team. And they don't beef, you know what I'm saying? Nobody beefs with me. They're like, oh, Max, you're tripping, you know what I'm saying? They let me talk, you know what I'm saying? They don't come and say, oh, man, it's tripping, you know, stuff like that. So I appreciate it. You know what I mean? So, and the crazy thing is, this is year round. We talk about this year round. Like after the season, okay, boom, it's off season. Okay, who's leaving? Who's staying? You know what I'm saying? It's like year round content. So I love it. I know they are, Cam. I ain't want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I see what Miami is doing because they following Cam Ward around. I know what they doing. I see him. I ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say nothing, but I see what they doing. And they copying. But it's good. I would copy too. I would copy what Bucky's doing. Like, Cam, let me follow you around, Cam. You know, let me do this. And KD, let me follow you around. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine that I've known since grammar school, his son played for Virginia Tech. He's the defensive back. At Virginia Tech, he wear number 1. I know his father since grammar school. Ain't that crazy? Now his son at Virginia Tech. And he's now, his dad is, which my friend that I've known since grammar school. He's the new coach. He just got a coaching job at what's the name of the college? Not Siena. He's a basketball coach. He used to go to St. Anthony's. If y'all know St. Anthony's, Bobby Hurley and all them, that's where his dad played basketball at St. Anthony's. And then he went on to Fordham. But I want to say he at Siena. He just got a coaching job there. And his son coach at Virginia. I mean, his son play at Virginia Tech currently. He's a defensive back. Wear number 1. So, then I got another friend. His son play at Miami. He's an offensive lineman. And he loves it out there, man. They were saying they hope he get his education and stop partying. And they hope he's not partying out there because they can't be with him 24/7. You know, he's a freshman on his own. And he said he loving it. But you said CU fans emotionally involved, and it makes it much more entertaining. You know, I'm not emotionally involved. You know what it is? I just like the content. I like when, you know, Bucky put out these videos. I like when he because I feel like, okay, you know, it's like you get like, it's like you right there, but you're not though, you know? But that's why they're the talk of the town, man. I don't care what nobody say. They're the talk of the town. Yeah, Too Legendary with Shador is a new podcast, right? I thought it was pretty good. So we'll see. Now, KD and Cam Ward, they got to play each other this year. I'm going to watch that game. When Cam Ward played Virginia Tech, that game I got to watch. Because, you know, they both got the same quarterback coach. So I'm definitely going to be watching that. And like I said, my friend's son played for Virginia Tech, so I'm going to check him out. Yeah, it's like Hard Knocks for college football, right? And that's the feel that he brought to the table, Bucky and Darius and Uncle Neely. And whoever else run the camera with them. I know they got somebody else that help. But anyway, I love getting at this media, man. I love it. That's my thing. When the media says something, I like to get in it. You know, so give me something, take my mind away for a little bit. But guys, I appreciate you coming on. As always, I'll be back tomorrow. You know it. I'm starting to, now that the season is getting ready to kick off, I'm back live again for a little bit. And then leading up to the first game. But y'all have a good one. D squared, I see you. I figure out something tomorrow. But this story will go away. Just to let you know, this story was only going to last 48 hours. And then, you know, Kermani came out and said it's BS. So, shout out to Kermani, man. He said, nah, that's not true. It's not true. The kid said it's not true. Which we knew it wasn't. Shiloh came up in here and said it was fake news last night. Which, you know, we know that. So, but shoot, man, what they gonna come up with next? Like, what's next at this point? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know what they gonna come up with next, man. You said, Mike, you think he's really a CU fan? Masking as a, you said masking as a Husker fan. No, he really is a Husker fan. Mike, Nebraska Rap, he really is. But he liked you know, everybody watched CU. It's like you said, it's like Hard Knock Life. Hard Knock, excuse me. I'm thinking Jay-Z now. It's like Hard Knocks. So it's like a reality show. Now, Nebraska, I want to see you around for that second week now. Don't go missing, you know, for the second week. You know what's going to happen? I know what y'all going to do. Y'all ain't going to be nowhere to be found during the game, right? And if they win, then here y'all come. Don't do me like that. Okay? Don't do me like that, because y'all already know what's going to happen for that game. Damn, I feel bad because we could get y'all at home, too. See how y'all doing? You say, I'll be too busy watching the game. I know you ain't going to be on. I know. I'm talking about post-game, Nebraska. Post-game. But it depended on the results, right? Whether you be here or not. But all right, y'all, let me get out of here. Y'all have a good night. And you said I'm going to have so many streams up for these games. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of streams going on after the game. Best believe that. Everybody going to be live. At the end of the game, everybody going to be live, man. Yep. It's going to be up this year. I'm just telling you. It's all the way up, man. We got some bona fide 100% steppers on this team, man. You told Shiloh last night, see you in the sea of red. That's hilarious. He probably saw it, too. He said, see you in the sea of red. Oh, he going to be ready. He going to be ready, but, you know, hopefully you got to watch your receivers around him. You know, you don't want nobody to get depleted. You know, so he's been known to do it. So, but all right, y'all. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining tonight.